Hello guys, welcome back to this particular YouTube channel and thank you for joining me once again. And before I continue, let me wish my Christian brothers and sisters in this particular YouTube channel a Merry Christmas to you all. Now let me start this video by saying that Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, has actually clashed with Ahmed Bola Tinubu after he rejected the plans of Ahmed Bola Tinubu in cooperation with the Muslim faithfuls to establish a Sharia law in southwestern Nigeria, particularly in Oyo State, Ibadan. You know, I will tell you that Nigerian politicians are too cunning. They are very, very wicked. They have tried to use tribal bigotry to divide this particular country. Now they are using religious bigotry, religious divide, to tear Nigerians apart. Now among the Yorubas, a Yoruba Muslim and a Yoruba Christian can no longer cohabit or coexist, simply because these Muslim faithfuls are now trying and plotting to, establish this particular Sharia law in the southwestern part of Nigeria. You know, in 2022, this particular guy, Omotayo Williams, actually, before that 2023 election, when Ahmed Bola Tinubu was still campaigning, when he now picked the Muslim ticket, he actually exposed Ahmed Bola Tinubu's plan. Actually, he revealed that Ahmed Bola Tinubu, actually wants the Muslim to support him, and in return, he's going to, help them establish Sharia laws in southwestern part of Nigeria. He actually made that particular tweet, and Nigerians thought that it was a joke. When we say that this particular government, their plan is to Islamize Nigeria, people think it's a joke, that, we are just blabbing. But it's becoming clear to all Nigerians now. The Yorubas are crying. The youths are crying that they don't want Sharia law. Meanwhile, those of them who are Muslim are saying, yes, they should bring in Sharia law. We all know what this Sharia law is all about. In the northern part of Nigeria, so many youths have been destroyed. The lives of so many youths have been destroyed because of this particular Sharia law. Yet, their big man, their politicians, this Sharia law is in no way affecting them. They violate this Sharia law day in, day out, yet it's not affecting them. You see, nobody is prosecuting these northern rich political Muslim politicians in the north under their Sharia law. It is only the poor. You see it, and that's why some people now begin to say that is religion only meant for the poor? So back to what I was saying, there is serious tension now going on in our southwestern part of Nigeria, particularly Oyo State, as they have planned to establish or inaugurate this particular Sharia law in Oyo State and its environs. And Seyi Makinde has actually come out to, react about that particular news and how he is not going to allow Sharia law prevail in his jurisdiction. I'm going to allow Seyi Makinde, I'm going to allow you to listen to what Seyi Makinde actually said, and when we come back, we just dissect the video and then move on to the next thing.
Ìwò pé ọ̀rọ̀ Sharia ni wọ́n tún gbé wọ ní Ọ̀yọ́, wọ́n sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ ní pé àwọn fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ Sharia court kìíní kankan. And I said, people may try, but for me, near Ọ̀yọ́ State, our laws at the Constitution of Nigeria is what I swore to uphold. And if they are within the law, fine. But if they are not, they should expect that I will insist that the law must be followed. Then, so, they're using this opportunity to say to the people.
So guys, I believe you heard what Seyi Makinde actually said, that he is going to oppose any form of Sharia law in Oyo State. That he is only going to abide by the constitution of this particular country, being Nigeria. You see how these politicians, how they bring problem in this particular country. How they bring in ethnic divide, how they bring in religious divide. They are just putting all of these things in order to put divisions among Nigerians. I'm telling you the truth. Imagine a country like Nigeria who believes that everybody is entitled to his or her own religion, where nobody has to question you about your own religion, and then you are bringing in Sharia law into a state that is not even a Sharia state. The northern states are actually the Sharia states. You see, and you are bringing in Sharia law into a state that is not a Sharia state, where there are Christians as well in that particular state. And when this Sharia law is being inaugurated now, they would want to, prosecute a Christian, under this Sharia law. You see it? This is why I've always said that Nigerians need to learn how to put religion behind. If we want to build this country and make this country a better place, then we have to put our religious sentiment behind. Because these politicians have realized that religion is the weak point here in Africa, and that's why they leverage on it to bring in division, to bring in problems among our citizens, so that they can actually achieve their selfish ambition. Now, guys, moving on from there, I'm going to be telling you that the media chat that Ahmed Bola Tinubu actually had yesterday, the day before yesterday, is causing a lot of chaos online. Now, a lot of people are coming out to react to that particular media chat and some of the utterances that Ahmed Bola Tinubu actually made, in which one of them he said that he has performed excellently well. And Kenneth Okonkwo has actually come out to, lambast Ahmed Bola Tinubu. In fact, in most of the things he actually said, he one way agreed with what Peter Obi said. You remember a few weeks ago or a few days ago, there have been so many reports of stampede going on in Nigeria. And when Peter Obi, made a tweet concerning those stampede, he mentioned that this is actually happening because Nigerian government has actually plunged Nigeria into poverty. People are actually hungry, and that's why at every nook and cranny where they call for any form of palliative sharing, the number of people that will go there will exceed the number of people required, and that's the reason why they're having stampede here and there. And that is the same thing that Kenneth Okonkwo has actually said, supporting what P2B has actually said initially. I want you to listen to what Kenneth Okonkwo actually said, and then when we come back, we analyze the video and then wrap it up.
This president shifted all the responsibility to the organizers, people who wanted to help people who are hungry. Let me tell you, this stampede happened in the east, it happened in the west, it happened in the north. That means it's now a general thing that Nigerians from all sectors are hungry and things are hard. They did not die in stampede because they were poor. Poverty exists in every country. They died in a stampede because they were desperately hungry. In other words, they know that if they don't have that food, they don't even have anything to fall back in their house. And that is why they had to struggle for 5,000 naira and for grains of rice. The worth of life in Tinubu's government is now about 5,000 naira, and it's about grains of rice. Look at what happened in Abuja, in the Catholic ministry. They've been doing that for decades. They've been doing that for years. Why is today's own different? It is different because people have become desperately hungry. When people say negligence of the people organizing it, people that were expecting like 500 persons and they saw 5,000 persons, they wouldn't have reasonably assumed that 5,000 persons will come. And when the 5,000 persons came, they would have been able to organize themselves if they were not desperate. But because they were desperate, they did not wish to ever live there without having anything. Having seen that more people came, they knew that some people would live there without anything. So they had to now struggle to make sure that they are part of the beneficiaries. That is a sign of a failed state, struggling and dying for the most basic necessity of life, food. When the president visited Lagos the first time, his own people started it. We are hungry, sir. And he said things are well. His dim-wit fellow people that are serving him will go to him and say things are well. And when he neglected those signs, by August, the whole nation, they were protesting for hunger and hardship. They neglected it. In December, people are now dying of stampede for food for 5,000 naira. Now, and he said, it is the fault of the organizers, fault of the people that want to help. You are incompetent government that cannot cater for the security and welfare of its people. Now again, let's move into the issue of cost of governance.
We'll get to the cost of governance, but I want to get Mr. Nokpasa.
So, guys, I believe you listened to what Kenneth Okonkwo has actually still said concerning this particular stampede going on in Nigeria at the moment, because people are desperately hungry. One thing I must say about this particular Kenneth Okonkwo, despite the fact that he decamped from Labour Party and he said a lot of things against Peter Obi, sometimes your ideology might not be in line with that of another person, but sometimes he makes sense. In fact, sometimes you see that he has the same reason and the same ideology with Peter Obi, despite some of these their disagreements. Under Ahmed Bola Tinubu, Nigerians became hungry. Not just hungry, they are desperately hungry. You heard when he said it. But the problem I have with these Nigerian people is that they don't learn. They don't learn. Despite everything that they are passing through now, come 2027, they will still go out there to vote Ahmed Bola Tinubu. They will still go out there now to collect 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira to vote APC government. It's high time Nigerians come back to their senses. It's high time that Nigerians realize that this particular government is not doing anything at all to help our lives. Anyway, guys, I'll stop this video here and allow you to drop your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to this particular YouTube channel for more videos like this.